Okay, I believe we are in business and we are recording. So if you look on my paper here, this is the four-way intersection. It's gonna look like this when it's done. Okay, so that's the finished version. I will share that with you later on today. So if it's not up there, don't panic. It'll be there eventually. I'll upload it much later. We also got to do street signs. We got to do the sidewalks, the curbs, storm drains, and bus benches. All right. Over to the left, I have color coded my lines. So if you're following along in the recording, later on, if you're watching this, black lines are horizontal lines. That means that anytime I go this way, left to right, I'm using the black pen, okay? If you see red lines are lines that are going to the vanishing point. You can see my red lines in this sample here. Anytime I use the red line, I was going to this dot, okay? This dot is the vanishing point. So I just want to point that out so that we're clear. Green lines will represent lines that go up and down, straight up and down. So anytime I'm drawing a vertical line for a pole or a leg of something like a bus bench, I'm using green, okay? So I've color coded it. If I draw too fast, you can pause the recording, go back and rewatch it, and also pay attention to, in my hand, which pen or color pencil am I holding? So the colors will give it away, okay? So first things first, you guys will need a horizon line, okay? So, and remember on the quiz we took last week, a horizon line is the line that separates the sky and the earth. So this is all the ground area, this is the sky area. I'm gonna keep it simple, and I'm gonna put my vanishing point right in the middle. We could put it off to the left or off to the right, doesn't matter. I'm just keeping it simple for beginners and doing it straight in the middle for demonstration purposes. Okay, the next thing you need to do is to draw how wide you want your road. And for that, I'm going to put away the black pen. Okay, put away the black pen, and I'll bring down the red pen. I apologize if my camera is having difficulty keeping up. I've got lag issues as well. So sometimes my hand will disappear and reappear. All right, so the first line I want to make to the vanishing point is about there, okay? I want my road to be about, or my sidewalk to be about this size here. And then I want it to be about that wide on this side, okay? And you can erase and adjust. You can see how this side is a little thinner than that side. You can make this a little wider to match that. I drew mine in pen, so I'm unable to fix that. But this is just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so down the middle, this would be our street, right? So these little dashes are like that little, the white lines that separate the two sides of the roads. Okay, I'm gonna come through with my black pen now, and I'm gonna draw horizontal lines again, okay? So right about here, I'll cut my road across, and I'll cut my road across there, okay? Then I'll come through here, and I'll cut my road off there. All right. So two horizontal lines here and two horizontal lines down below. This one on the bottom of the page is a little bigger because it's closer to you, right? Whatever's lower on the page is closer to you. So it should be bigger. As you move higher up, it should be getting smaller. So that's why this one up here is thinner. So last week's quiz, you remember which car is closer, which car is further? The small one is further because it's getting smaller as it goes away from us. The one in front was the bigger car, okay? All right, so to add our sidewalks, the little cuts in the sidewalks, you're going to continue using your black pen, right? Remember, black represents horizontal lines. So we're going to go across horizontally like this, okay? Common mistakes that students make are that they cut their sidewalks crooked, okay? So what I mean by that is, let me grab my pen here. They do this, okay? So if you're doing this, your sidewalk is wrong. Do not cut your sidewalk like this, because now it looks like a gate or a fence that's standing up. So you don't want your sidewalk to stand up. So no diagonal lines for these two right here. So you're just going across like this, horizontal, okay? And as you work your way up, it should be getting smaller and smaller and smaller and tighter because the sidewalks are going away from us, okay? It's still horizontal. It's just getting, the space is getting tighter and tighter because it's getting small until it vanishes, right? Which is called the vanishing point. That's the point where everything disappears, okay? For the sidewalks that are on the horizontal, okay, these are already horizontal. So I can't come in with my black pen and continue to draw horizontal cuts. We have to reverse and cut them using the red pen. And all the red pen is lines going to the vanishing point right there, okay? So I'm gonna come through, line it up to my dot, and I'm gonna make my cuts like so. See that? They're just diagonal cuts, and they go to the vanishing point, okay? At this point, you can just eyeball it and make your diagonal cuts. Make sure that the lines are pointing towards the vanishing point, okay? Over here, same thing, all right? And then this side here, your red lines want to go this way. So if it's on the left side, it wants to go to the right side where the dot is, okay? If your sidewalks are on the right of the dot, then your lines naturally want to gravitate to the left where the dot is. So you're just going to eyeball it, and the diagonal lines, they want to go that way to the dot, okay? They slant that way. And that's how you do sidewalks, okay? Now we're going to add some curves. So to add the curves, you're going to be drawing the vertical line down like this on each of these corners, okay? If I'm going too fast and I lost you, you can just re-watch this later when I upload it, okay? So where I drop the vertical lines here, I'm gonna draw my red line to the vanishing point. Okay, so it's gonna go up that way. So there's my curve, and there's my curve, right? Let me highlight that for you so you can see. Now it's raised off the ground, and this side is raised off the ground. We won't see the curb on this side because it's behind. Okay, it's behind. We know it's there. We definitely will see the curb here. So notice I switched pins. I'm no longer using red because I'm going horizontal. And again, up here at the top, horizontal lines means left to right. So with your ruler, you can just draw this across, okay, like so. So here is my curb on this side, okay? And I will highlight that as well for demonstration purposes so that you can see, okay? Now I'll zoom in and show you how to cut it, okay? So you cut down like this. And on this side, you're going to cut down. Hold on, my camera is not keeping up with me. Come on, camera. Cut down. So wherever this touches, cut down. Like so. And then this one, you'll cut down here. All right. So these horizontal lines will cut down this way. Like that. It's like an L. The letter L that fell over. Okay. And then these red lines, wherever these red lines touch the curb, you drop a line down. So this red line touched here, you drop the line down, drop the line down. If the camera didn't catch that, I'll go ahead and model this side as well. So I'm going to switch pins and use the red one now. And we shall line it up to the dot, go there. Line this up to the dot, go there, okay? So if you didn't see that, here is my lines going to the vanishing point, and my curves are here going to the vanishing point. So if you didn't see it earlier, wherever this line touched in the yellow, I'm going to drop a line down. Here, I'm going to drop a line down. Here, I'll drop a line down. Drop the line down, okay? And you'll see that over here as well. Drop the line down, down, down. Okay, and across the street, same thing. Add those vertical lines all the way down. You know what? I was supposed to use the color green for those vertical lines. Let me fix that because I'll probably lose some kids. I can't even follow my own directions. Caught that on camera too. How embarrassing. All right. So with my green pencil vertical lines, right? That's what I said at the beginning. Green. Okay, this is green. This is green. That's green. This is green. Green. Green and green. All right. So that's how you do sidewalks. Okay. How do you do storm drains? All right, so let's practice a storm drain. So I'm going to draw two horizontal lines right here on the street, like this. Okay, and then with my red line, I'm going to take this part to the vanishing point, like so. Okay. And that's a storm drain. You can come back through and give it multiple horizontal lines to represent the little metallic bars. That catches all the leaves, right? Only the water goes through. Leaves and paper and debris can't go through that. So that'll be a storm drain there. Well, Mr. Hur, what if my storm drain is here? Okay. So if it's there, see how these lines go to the vanishing point on the horizontal side? You will also go to the vanishing point there. So these are red lines going that way. And then the horizontal line now goes this way. So you draw the opposite of this one. Whatever was black on this one is now red. And then whatever was red here is now black. So the lines have just reversed. Because now instead of the road going this way, this road goes this way. So you're just doing it in reverse. So here I was going horizontal in black. Now I'm just going diagonal in red because it's the opposite now. Okay, so that's how you do a storm drain here and a storm drain here. So I've covered both ways. If you need to see that, just rewind the video and rewatch that. Slow the speed down, but that's how you do storm drains. Okay, I'm gonna do stoplights. So I'm gonna draw it super simple. I'm gonna do one here at the corner. And green is representing vertical lines. Here I'll do black for horizontal lines, okay? And then on the inside, you'll just draw red, right? Green lights on the bottom, and then in the middle here is your yellow lights, okay? So there's red, green, and yellow. That way I can zoom up so you guys can see. So this one is easy. This corner here, the light is facing us, so it's flat, okay? That's the easiest one to draw because it's just a shape and a stick. It's like drawing a lollipop. That one's the easiest to draw. It's the other corners that my students get confused on, okay? So this one over here is the opposite. And it's shorter. Why do you think this one is shorter? Because it's further away from us, okay? But it's still a flat shape. The only difference is the direction in which it's facing. Here it is facing oncoming traffic, right? So if you were a car, and you were coming towards this light, that's what you would see. This one is facing the other way where traffic is coming toward us. Okay, so the directions have changed. All right, now I'm going to do these two here. This one is going to be small as well. The only difference is instead of a flat face, you are drawing the rectangle slanting towards the vanishing point. So the bottom is like one of the windows we did earlier on last week. And it's going towards the vanishing point that way. Okay. So rewatch this multiple times if you need to. The top and the bottom is just going to the vanishing point. It's still the same as this one, but here the lines are black because it's horizontal. This one, the lines are red because it's going to the vanishing point. So the only thing that changed was red or black lines. It's still green. You draw it the same way. The top and the bottom has changed colors. So black is horizontal, red is diagonal. So here it became diagonal, okay? And you still draw your circles the same way. So I'm just going to use a black pen so you can see it better. But the circles, well, this one, the circles, we won't see them. They will be facing the other way like this. Okay. They will be facing that way. I'll just color this out in green so you guys can see that. All right. And then this one here, make sure that this is as tall as that one right here, okay? Hopefully you guys can see this one is about the same height as that one. The top is going to the red vanishing point side, okay? So that's red for red vanishing point. And then you bring your vertical lines up like so, okay? Color that in green. And the lights are on this side. So So there's red, this will be yellow, and that will be green. Okay, so that's how you do the stoplights. We're just keeping it super simple. Later on, if you want to get complicated and you want to actually draw a couple of lights and your road is more than 2 lanes and it's not just a regular 4-way stop, then you can add multiple lanes and you can add multiple lights to it, and you can draw it higher and have it arching over and it's got more lights hanging off of it. You can make this more complex later on. Okay, I'm going to divide the road on this side. Cut here. Like so. Okay. That could be a little lower. That's a little too high. This looks too fat and that looks too skinny. You can move this a little lower. So let's move it here. Yeah, that looks better. I should have just eyeballed it. All right. And let me borrow my white paint. Paint this out. So this is not right. All right, and then I'll quickly do the bus benches, and the video will end there. Okay. So let's go and do the bus benches. So the bus benches are just like the letter H. Okay. So if you have the letter H, you can just draw. Oh, that should be vertical. Here, this should be green. And this should be green. And then this is horizontal. All right. Red goes to the vanishing point. So you would lay your ruler down and you would take these corners to the vanishing point. And then with green, you will cut down and you will cut down. And with black, you would just come back through and draw your horizontals. Okay. So that's how you do a bus bench. All right. You just got to make sure. You just got to make sure that these legs line up to each other, and then this leg goes there. This leg is behind, but we don't see it anymore. So I didn't draw the 4th leg, but that's how you do a bus bench. Okay. So if you need to see it again, let me do it on this side. This time I will reverse my H, and I will draw it here. Then you would cut here. These corners go to the vanishing point. This goes to the vanishing point, and this goes to the vanishing point. And then you would cut here. This will be horizontal again, and then you would cut this here. Okay. Well, Mr. Herr, what if I wanted to draw a bench that was facing towards you? Okay, then the lines would just be reversed. Right? So you would draw your rectangle like this. Okay, this is a rectangle. Let me zoom in on that. So this will be your rectangle. Cut the sides off vertically with green. And then this part goes to the vanishing point. So you would come like this. And you would come like this over here. And then you would cut horizontal. And then bring your legs down like this. Okay. So you can see the H has changed direction. Here's a flat H, right? The only thing that changed about the H is that instead of it going horizontal, now this part went diagonal. So it's red. So this is red. This one was black. So notice the color represents different directional lines. So if you pay attention to the color, it gives it all away, okay? So if you see green, you know that's up and down. Red, Mrs. Burr was going diagonal to the dot up here, the vanishing point. And then black, I was just cutting side to side, horizontal. So I'll show you that once again on this side, horizontal, like this. Cut it down vertically. This goes to the vanishing point, and this goes to the vanishing point, like that. So both sides are to the vanishing point. Cut it off horizontally here, and then you just draw your legs. Okay? So different sizes, but you get the idea. So this is what I want for what you are turning in today. You would take a picture of this and then you would upload this to me. Okay? So those of you who cannot wait and you want to do this right now, take a screenshot. Okay? Take a screenshot of this. I will freeze that on the screen. So take a screenshot. I will upload the video and everything by maybe lunchtime.